Let's go, let's go, let's go. We're here with another edition of Chalk Talk with me, your host, JB. I got Coach B. Coach, this is the fourth time having you this year. We
Yeah.
love we love, broadcasting you guys. You always give us a good game. So what's it like in this day and age now where kids has the opportunity to be seen all across the country? That's the thought of home team when we decided to get together that you guys can be broadcast and people can watch you. Like, what is it like living this era for high school kids?
Yeah. I mean, I think it's neat because I think, different people get to see you, especially the people that live out of state. I know for a lot for the kids, like, grandparents get to see them, aunts, uncles. I know I got people that, I got buddies that watch us and they'll say, hey, we'll check your game out. So, it's neat just because, not everybody who knows somebody in the team lives in Berkeley County
Yeah.
or the Panhandle. So, I think it's pretty cool. I think it's pretty, it's also cool from a scouting purpose because, we get to go on, we get to go like this past week. We were talking about Washington, didn't have all their films. We went on YouTube and did their game
Yeah.
against John Marshall on there. So we scouted them against John Marshall just because it was, it was on YouTube. So you
Hey,
get the,
so,
you kind of get some things like that a little bit. So, it's cool. Me as a football fan, you get to watch more football too. So that's neat.
yeah. So not only is it good for the kids, but it's also a tool to help you guys, scout. I know how it is trying to get coaches to exchange film and whatnot. But coach, you're on here, and we talked last time we were on here about the playoffs. You're sitting at 17th with 10 point, I think 2 3 points. You got Washington that you're going to. They're 3-5. You're 3-5. It's a big game. What is it like this year being on just kind of the other side, the outside looking in? I'm used to seeing you guys always, clinched in, but now you're gonna
Mhm.
have to fight a little bit for which is, it's all right, because you got opportunities. So what's
Right.
it like preparing for these games now, knowing where you're at, and you're in the playoffs right now, basically.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. We talked to the kids a little bit about that this week. Just like, hey, our backs are against the wall right now. Now, essentially our playoffs kind of start. Well, we got to win. So, you're right. It is different. We've been up at the top here recently. In the past several years, for a while. So, it's different, kind of sitting at the bottom. But, at the same point, man, I always say, it really doesn't matter. You got to be playing your best football by the time November hits. So, no matter what our record is now, it's time to peak now and come out and play our best football right now.
Yeah, I definitely wouldn't want to meet you guys in the playoffs. You guys got experience, you got playoff experience. So, no matter where your season's at, once you guys get in there, you're going to be a dangerous team. But coach, I wanted to ask you for a second about your tenure there at Musselman. Like I said, you replaced Coach Price and you've kept this thing going. What does it mean to you to be the head coach at Musselman High School?
Yeah, it means a lot. I love this community. I love this school. Probably from an outside person looking in for anybody else, it's about football, football, football. But I'm a teacher in the school. I run lunch duty at school, so I'm in the lunches. I see every single kid every single day. I'm in the hallway. I'm active. So it's more than about football. Football is a good vessel, and football is a good thing. But for me, I really take my job. I teach math at the high school, so I teach a core subject. So I take my job very seriously. I take my role in the community very seriously. That I can help some of these kids. So it's great to win football games, but at the end of the day, I put my plug in for Jesus a little bit because I'm a big believer in Christ. Luckily, when I get to heaven one day, that God isn't going to bring up my win loss record and say, "Hey, let's see how we did."
Yeah. Yeah.
About it's more about the impact that you've had on the lives of people, and I take that job very seriously at Musselman High School and in our community, trying to do that.
Going down to Washington, you're going on the road. I know they run a kind of a spread offense. What type of defense do you have to take on the bus with you Friday night to come back to Musselman with a win?
Yeah, defensively we have to be multiple because you got to be able to defend a lot of different things that they do. So, luckily for us, our defense is multiple. We can do a lot of different things, jumping in some odd fronts, some even fronts. We can bring pressure. We can sit back. We have the ability to do a lot of different things. I think the game of football is pretty simple, though. We got to be able to tackle them. We got to swarm to the football. We've some of the games we've lost recently, Jefferson, Cabell Midland, we've given up big plays and explosive plays. So we got to make sure that we limit them. Kind of keep them corralled. We've done a good job of doing that this year. I mentioned kind of the negatives with Cabell Midland and Jefferson, but you look at the Hedgesville game, we did a pretty good job. You look at the Martinsburg game, we did a really good job defensively. So we've had some really good games defensively this year and done some good things.
Well, Coach, you've had 8 games this year, and every year we have to say goodbye to a set of seniors.
Yeah.
How has the play for your senior class been this year throughout this up and down season?
Yeah, it's been good. We have some key seniors. We have some key contributors. Troy Woolston is a name that's really good, a good football player for us, but he's also a really good leader. He's a really good example. He's a really good vocal leader. So we're gonna miss kids like that. There's oh man, there's so many. I could name kids on and on. Dennis Pike plays on the offensive line for us. He's been in this program for 4 years. Dalton Haynes has been in this program for 4 years. He's a two-way starter for us. It's the Logan Shelton. Logan Shelton's a big one. He's been in the program for 4 years. He's been a 3-year starter. We got a lot of key contributors that are seniors. It's tough. Every year it's tough, like you said, to say goodbye to those seniors because you get to watch them grow. It's funny coaching high school kids because a lot of them are maturing in high school. They're really growing up. They change so much from a 14-year-old freshman to a 18-year-old senior. They change just dramatically and drastically. So it's tough because you form such a respect factor for these kids, and you get to know them so much, and then at the same time you kind of like a parent, man, you kind of let them go, and hopefully you've taught them enough that they can be key contributors to our society.
Well, Coach, I know that you thought I was going to hit you with the, impact player. I'm not. I just wanted to have a conversation with you about Washington, about your program, Coach. We hope that you guys continue to push forward and make it into the playoffs. We love having you. Like I said, it's our fourth Chalk Talk this year. So
Great.
you guys are doing something right. Stay healthy, stay blessed. You know what I say here at Home Team Sports. We want to see the kids succeed both on and off the field. Tune in, Musselman High School, Washington High School, and Washington High School Friday, 7:00. Hey, Coach, I want to have you on here again. So keep doing what you're doing.
Thanks, JB. Appreciate you, man.
All right.